YouTube, Tachyon is here, and it is top tier, and to be exact, very scary top tier. That's not the deck list in the upper left. That's a deck we never really finished cogging with, but yeah, Tachyon is definitely a top tier deck. Yeah, it is very scary and is very, very good. I don't even have the third Nebula Dragon, but yet we have been absolutely dominating at COG. So we're going to go over the deck list. Now, this might look like a mess to you, but I can assure you that this deck is the best deck in the meta. I can tell you that. Right off the bat, it's the best deck. And you can definitely play this. You can definitely cog with this 2 runs through. 3 runs through is optimal, but 2 runs through is definitely you can definitely do. And it is definitely accessible. Most of the stuff that you end up needing is free to play, or you just grab from like SRE or tickets anyway, so it's not really a big deal. You'll be able to play this deck, even if you are a new player. I know IDP might scare some people, but I tell you, IDP mind control, not needed. You can play. I've been in and out with the text. I think Book is good because of Tachyon to play around an Omni Gate, but that's like totally optional. You can play whatever you want. Pretty much that works. Alright, so first let's go over the most broken card, and unfortunately for you guys, let me switch over to scene. This is where it works better. Let's go over the most broken card in the deck, and that is Galaxy Spiral Dragon. So if you don't know what this card does, basically you control 2 light or darks. You can special summon this card for free from either your field or either from your hand or graveyard, which really complements the trade-in really well. I'd play 3 if I had 3 trade-in. But basically, you discard your Galaxy Spiral, you draw 2, and then you can revive this back from the graveyard. If you control 2 or more light or dark dragons. So really, really good. And also on the field, once per turn, hard once per turn, you can modulate all your dragons to 8. So this allows you to make Gion Trainer really quick, Gion Stranger. Gian, you're back. You're coaching again. Yeah, so you're going to see in one of the replays, we drew 7 cards in the first turn. It's absolutely insane. On top of that, we're running 2 copies of Startleash Seafort. This card is the Dragon Link Special in Master Duel. Basically, if you don't know what this card does, it's hard once per turn for both effects. You discard any amount of monsters whose total levels equal up to 4 or 8, and add a monster from your deck to your level equal to the amount of monsters, total monsters added. So if you have 2 4s, you add an 8. If you have discard an 8, you add an 8. If you send a 4, you add a 4. And they can be sent from field or hand. Also, second effect, in graveyard, you can banish it to add 1 level 8 dark or light dragon from your graveyard to your hand, which is pretty much most of your deck. Really broken card. And you search it with skill. Next, we play Parsec, the Interstellar Dragon. Basically, you control a level 8 monster. You can normal summon this without attributing. Basically, the skill allows you to do that, but most of the time you're not normal summoning this. You're going to use this pretty much as an extender for Nebula Dragon and a trade-in discard. Next, we have a very broken card, Schwarzschild Limit Dragon. Basically, this card is amazing going second. It's a great trade-in target. Your opponent controls a monster with 2,000 or more attack, special summon this. So this is basically a Cyber Dragon you summon for free. A level 8, that's all you need to know. And it really is broken with the skill. Because you bounce it back, and I'll explain the skill in a second. Next, we have Radius the Half Moon Dragon. This card is amazing in the mirror match. If your opponent controls an Exceed monster, you can special summon this from your hand. What's also notably important is this is a light, so this is searchable with the skill as well. So it's a searchable extender with the skill, so you play one of it. Then we're running 2 Book of Moons, 2 Trade-In, 1 Mind Control, 1 Tachyon Transmigration. This is the most broken card in your deck. Basically, this is an Omni-Negate counter trap that you can use from the hand. If you have Galaxy Eyes Tachyon Dragon, Omni-Negate that you can use from the hand. Also, it negates every other card in that chain. So, for example, if your opponent tried to chain block 2 Dakis, you just negate Daki altogether. Very, very broken card. Okay, this card makes the deck really absurd. Then we play 2 Ice Dragon Prison because IDP is so strong in the meta. On top of that, we're playing Tachyon Dragon, so the effect really never comes up. Like, you rarely ever use this effect. This can come up if you want to negate some like random monster effects in the battle phase, but the main important thing you need to know is that this thing, while it's on the field, you basically activate Tachyon Transmigration from the hand. That's the main thing. Other than that, you can negate the effects of all monsters that your opponent controls in the battle phase, and if your opponent decides to activate anything in the battle phase after this effect resolves, then this card will gain 1,000 attack for each. and be able to attack twice. That's basically all you need to know about Tachyon Dragon. On top of that, we're running the new one, which is Chaos 107 Tachyon Dragon. This card is really, really strong in some cases because this forces out back row. So if your opponent sets 3, basically what this card can do, and the most relevant effect, the other effect never comes up. You're never making 3 attacks on monsters. But what you need to know about this card is that you can detach 1 material from this card until the end of the turn, negate all other face-up cards in the field. Also, your opponent cannot activate any other effects on the field. So if you activate this, one thing that you could do is, first of all, because this is a Tachyon Dragon, you could use this with the counter trap in hand. So essentially, if you have this on the field with the counter trap in hand, they're trapped. Lack of a better explanation. So if you summon this, you activate, you have the counter trap, they try to book you or whatever, then you activate your counter trap, you negate it, then you activate its effect, and now they have to chain their back row to it, because if they don't chain their back row to this, then you turn off all their other back row for the rest of the turn. It's a very, very broken effect. And it's 4,500, it's a beater. Now, also, if they can't respond to it, and they have a monster on their field that would prevent lethal, well, luckily for you, you have, if you played Exceed Galaxy back in the day, you have your Galaxy package. So we have full armor, we have Cypher Dragon, and we have our Cypher Blade Dragon. So full armor can slap itself on top of your Tachyon Dragon, your Cypher Blade Dragon, which Cypher Blade will pop a face any card on the field. Cypher full armor will only pop face ups, but Cypher Blade will pop any card on the field. And then you have Cypher Dragon, which has the ability to yoinky splinky your opponent succeeds and rank over them. At the cost of you not being able to attack. Now, what's also very relevant is you can yoink your opponent's monsters with this. Let's say you're going turn 2, and then skill, bounce back their opponent's monster, and then you are able to add your counter trap to your hand. Very broken, and set it. Now, also with Transmigration, if you set it while you have any Galaxy Eyes on the field, you will be able to negate. So if you have Tachyon Transmigration set, even if you have like a full armor or a Cypher Blade or a Cypher Dragon, you will still be able to negate. Just if you want to use it from hand, it has to have Tachyon in the name. Now on top of that, we're playing Felgrand. This card is absolutely ridiculous, limited to 1. Level 8, it's a negate of a monster effect. So if they activate a monster effect, you can go ahead and negate it. But what's also really relevant is you can also target your monster and negate its effects, but make it unaffected by all card effects. So if you have this on the field, it's a good way also to trap your opponent. This deck is sometimes trapping, is like playing chess, okay? So if you ever played chess before, this is a good analogy, because playing chess is all about outthinking and checkmating your opponent. That's how it is with this. You want to checkmate your opponent as quickly as possible. If you time Neo Tachyon right, and Felgrand, you could checkmate your opponent pretty quickly to where they can't do anything, okay? And they don't know how to play around you. There's so much going on that it's hard to play around the disruption. Next, we have Coach King Jian. So, Jian, you're back coaching again. This card is absolutely absurd. It was broken in DDD, and it's even more broken here. So, basically, you get to draw 3 cards by detaching all the material. Now, what's really broken is you have cards in the graveyard that want to activate its effect. So, for example, if you go for the Jian combo, you are going to activate Starleash Seaford in the graveyard, which is going to allow you to add back your Nebula Dragon. So, let's say you activate turn 1 Tachyon Dragon Domination. You summon Nebula Dragon out of hand, right? Then you flip that up, you normal summon your Seaford, and add your Galaxy, whatever, the Spiral Dragon. See, then you special your Spiral, and then you use all 3 of those monsters after you modulate to make your Jian Trainer. After you detach all 3, you activate Seaford in the graveyard, banish itself, and add back that Nebula Dragon. Now, you have the ability to make a Tachyon Dragon on top of it, bounce back that Coach King, add your trap card to your hand, and then have an Omni Negate, and you just drew 3 cards on top of it. And there is potential to draw more, because now you can, well, what else can you do? Well, now you can also activate Train it maybe that turn. Draw 2 more cards. Very broken. Okay. On top of that, we're running Dragublon. Now, this card is an optional tech, but it is insane in the mirror match. Basically, if you go first, activate this, they can't activate their dragon effects that they control. So, Galaxy Spiral Dragon cannot modulate its level to 8. If you also control this, they cannot activate Galaxy Cypher, they cannot activate their Neo Galaxy Eyes Tachyon, or any of their dragon effects severely crippling their play. So, it's mini VFD at home. On top of that, it also can special summon a dragon from your hand if you need an extension. Take control of a dragon monster your opponent controls. If you control no monsters, Yonky Splinky their monster, and so on and so forth. AKA the best deck, in my opinion. Okay, that's the deck profile. I spent about 10 minutes wasting your time. Not wasting your time, but let's go on to some hot replays. And I'm going to tell you, these replays are going to be absolutely insane. If you don't want to miss it, I should be streaming tomorrow night. Now, the one thing is, I have 2 wars tomorrow, as far as team wars are concerned. I will be probably on around 7, 8 tomorrow, depending on when the second war ends for TCL. So, or I should be on right after that. Okay? So, anyway, time to show you what this deck can do. Now, let me get the replays I want to save here. Alright. Enjoy the replays, chat. Oh. So that was the replays. I hope you enjoyed it. We were clapping. We're at about, I'll show you guys right now. Oh, ignore the rush. 95% win rate in COG. You can't see the games below this, but we're at about a 95% win rate in COG right now. This deck is tier 0, in my opinion, or close. Like maybe tier 0.5, tier 1. Like tier 0.5, I would say. It is the clear best deck in the meta. Yeah, I would highly recommend you going for this deck if you don't have it already. If you want to see me hit COG with this deck, that is going to be tomorrow night. Make sure you are followed. Subscribe to my YouTube. Sub. Get over. We're almost to 1K. 1K. Get there. That's the next goal. 1K subs. We are 944. Let's get subbing. Like, comment. Also, if you're not part of the Twitch, not a part of the Discord, get over there. If you want to be a part of the tier list, I'm probably moving that to Monday because I'm going to be too dead to do it on exhausted to do it on Sunday. We're probably going to do the tier list on Monday before KC Cup. All right, and yeah, if you enjoyed this, yeah, like I said, like, comment, sub. Peace, guys.